guys, welcome back to Hanging Out with Lori. How are you today? I am good, thank you. Today is Saturday Singles. Saturday Singles is where I take a couple of my magnetic palettes, pull them out, and not knowing what eyeshadows are in those palettes, and I try to create a look using those two palettes. Sometimes it's real easy, sometimes it's not, especially for one with my skill set. But it's fun. It's a way for me to play with my single eyeshadows, because if I don't do this, I tend not to use my single eyeshadows, and I like them. I bought them for a reason. And so I do Saturday Singles. I love it. It's just fun. So I'm just going to prep my eyes with my Ulta eyeshadow primer in, I think it's nude. Okay, I'm having a hard time getting product out of this tube. I never thought I would see the day. All right, I do have my eyes primed. Let's see if I have any eyeshadows that I can set the primer with. Otherwise, I will just use my powder. Okay, I pulled my MAC single eyeshadows. These are them right there. That's a solid white, so I am not setting my primer with a solid white, although I could. I'm not going to. And I have this menagerie of singles. There's a few that I have the same brand of, but the rest of them I think are no-name brands, and then a couple that I just have one of that brand. This is the shade Positive by Color Design. I'm just going to use it to set my primer. I have two eyeshadows by Color Design, and I like them both. I have never heard of them, but I do like the formula of their eyeshadow. I'm going to take Haux and just run it in my crease and transition. It did break the other day, that huge chunk, so it's kind of crumbly. So how's your week been? Mine has been, I've slept a lot. I've done a lot of work on videos and just trying to get up content. I've really been focused on trying to provide better content, better looking content, and so I've been really doing a lot of research, trial and error with my videos to see if I can make them better, make them more condensed. So I've been busy this week, all in the name of this channel, so it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. Hard though, because none of it makes sense to me. But I'm trying. And I guess that's the important part, right? I'm going to take the shade Girlie by MAC and put it in my crease and up onto Haux, and maybe even above Haux. So I'm trying to give it a pink hue. It's been really nice here this week, really warm, well, relatively speaking warm, but really heavy winds. Heavy enough that they wake me up at night. They've started the sprinkler system, which I was like, is it really that time of year? But I guess it is. Do any of you like plants? I'm a plantaholic. I have some plants right now that I purchased and I really like them. I've had them. I've had a couple of the plants before. I have a Scheffalera, and then I have some ivies. I have never successfully grown an ivy, ever. And my Scheffalera did really well for the longest time, and then it just one day went, so I don't know what happened to it. So I have two Scheffaleras. They're different in the family, but they're two Scheffaleras. And I'll put a picture up here of what a Scheffalera is, in case you don't know. And then the other one, it's some type of palm tree, I do believe, but it's kind of small and bushy. I could be wrong on it being some type of palm, but I think that's what I read when I got it. But I've never had that kind of plant before. No. Okay. I decided to take Haux and put it down in my outer corner there. I will clean up my lid after I'm done, but I'm going to take my concealer and I am going to see if I can find a small mirror. And I am going to just put it on the inner corner of my eyelid. And I'm not being overly precise about it. I just want to put down a somewhat sticky base, because the next eyeshadow I'm going to use, I don't know how well it will stick. I am going to take this eyeshadow that was a bunch of pigments that I was working on pigments, and these all spilled out onto the paper towel, and so I pressed them. I just dumped them into here and then pressed them. I do not know how well they will stick, but we're going to give it a good old college try, because I have yet to wear this, but I think it's gorgeous. Here, I'll swatch it for you. Look at that, isn't that pretty? So we're just gonna see how it works. That's pretty. There's no name to this eyeshadow. It's just some pressed pigments, but it's so pretty. I like it. So now I'm going to take a flat brush, the same one I used to put Haux in the outer corner, and I'm just actually gonna build up Haux and bring it in some, only because I took my concealer over just a little too far when I was laying it down. I am going to take Positive on a fluffy brush and just run it across the top. I'm going to take a little bit more of Girlie and just lay it really solid into the crease. I'm going to take Elate Lumen, and I am just going to put it on my brow bone. I might have to repeat this, but I just want to see what it looks like. It's just a satin cream. So that is it. Okay, I keep looking at my eyes and I just feel like it's missing something, and I don't know what it is. So for now, I am going to go off camera, do the rest of my face, and then I will be back to figure out what I think I'm missing. Maybe it's just mascara, but I don't know. I'm missing something. Okay, I'll be back in a sec. All right, guys, this is my final look. I didn't do a whole lot after I went off camera, besides my face. On my eyes, the only thing that I did that you guys didn't see is I lined my lower lash line, doing the exact same thing I did on top. I used Haux on the outer half of my lower lash line, then I went over that with Pinky, except for just the slightest hint in the corner. Then Pinky went over it about to there, so not quite 3/4, maybe 2/3. I don't know. I'm not good at fractions. But then I tried, remember how I had said that this eye look was just missing something? I tried to put my pressed pigments in the corner of my eye. I didn't like it. It was just a little too dark for me. While I love those pressed pigments, I think they are beautiful. They're a little cool, which I love with the warmer shadows. I was just missing something, and those pigments weren't working in my inner corner to my liking. So I grabbed my ever trusty sidekick, Katrina van der Wooten. This is by Catrice. I use Katrina mostly as a highlighter. I didn't today because I was actually trying to steer clear from her because I use her all the time. That's how much I love her. But I took her into my inner corner, and that was exactly what I needed, just something a little brighter. And I took it on my inner corner, just slightly up onto my lid, and then I took the shadow to meet Pinky. I love it. Katrina van der Wooten, I don't know if Catrice sells this still or not, but if you can get your hands on it, on this shadow, it is the perfect eyeshadow to really pretty much fix whatever issue you have going on with your look. It's, like I said, I wear it as a highlighter mostly because that's what I prefer it as. And I didn't like it at first, and that's because there's this imprint on there. It's a ripple imprint with a ripple imprint, a basket weave imprint, and that makes it extremely hard to get any product. But once you get past that, it is just the most gorgeous, like vanilla shade. It's just so pretty. Just the perfect perfect staple eyeshadow to have in your collection. So I'm glad I still have Katrina because she saved the day. I do like this. I did not use any eyeliner on my upper lid because I like those pigments so much. I really like the tone of it. I like how it blends with Haux and Pinky and Katrina. I just like those pigments, and so I didn't want to disrupt them, but I did put Rimmel London's Nudist just on my waterline to brighten it up because I'm not one to put shadow on my lower lash line because I think it closes my eyes. So I wanted to reopen them with that liner. In fact, I used a different liner and I didn't like the shade, so I went over it with Nudist. So even though I have something in my eye that's driving me batty, I really like this look. It turned out really good. And I like those pressed pigments. All of these shadows worked well. We've got Lumen that I put on my brow bone. We have my pigments. I'm just grabbing them by how I have them lined up. Which, look at that. I mean, here it looks very gold, but once I put it on the lid, it looks very taupe. A cool tone, very cool toned. Then I have Positive, which is what I used to set my primer. Then we have Max Pinky. I don't want to put it over Positive, which I love this eyeshadow. No wonder why I purchased it, huh? the few times I ever saw a matte counter. And then Haux by Color Design. So that was the palette that I used. Very simple, very neutral. Oh, Katrina. Katrina. And then let's put Katrina up here. So that is the palette that I used today. I love all these eyeshadows. Yes, it was a simple eyeshadow look, but I really like the way it turned out. I think it turned out nicely. It suits my mood. It wasn't where I thought I was going to go, to be honest with you, because I had my ingots to play with. But I'm glad I went in this route because I really like this look. So much so, I'm going to have to remember how I created it because, yeah, it's a Lori look. Most definitely. It's definitely a Lori look. So that is it for my Saturday singles. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy this series. I have fun just playing with my single eyeshadows and seeing what I create. It's just a lot of fun. No frills attached whatsoever. Just plain fun playing with our makeup. Okay, guys, that will do it. You guys take good care. Be safe out there. Make sure you wash your hands, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.